Hello again. This time I'm going to show you how to use the molar highway to solve for number of molecules or number of atoms. Don't forget that your molar highway is centered around having moles. Now I can get from moles to molecules or atoms or ions through using the Avogadro number. If I want to go to mass, that's grams, I will use molar mass. I guess that should be labeled there. Anyways, so I look to see what I am starting off with and what I'm trying to go to. I'm trying to get 2 molecules, so that's going to be down here, and I am given moles. So I only need to do one step. I only need to get moles into molecules, and I can use Avogadro's number to do that. So I'll start off, put my moles right here, and don't forget, whenever you want to cancel something out, put it on the bottom, and whenever you want to go into something else, it needs to go on the top. I want to get into molecules, and Avogadro's number is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and in this case it's going to be molecules. It doesn't matter what this weighs, it doesn't matter how many atoms are in this, because it asks me for molecules. So now all I have to do is use a calculator and do my math. 0.283 times 6.02. My button has an XP, so I can just say that's 10 to the 23rd, and my answer already there, 1.70 times 10 to the 23rd. Now the next one is a little bit more complicated, because in this case I'm not going to molecules, I'm going one further step into atoms. So first thing I need to think of is how many atoms are in this molecule. Well, I take a look, I've got 1 calcium, I've got 2 chlorine, so I have a total of 3 atoms. But how many of them are chlorine atoms? Well, only those 2. So once I get my molecules, in every molecule I'm going to have 2 chlorine atoms. So at the end I'm going to times my answer by 2 to represent the fact that I have 2 chlorine atoms per molecule. So it's going to be a couple steps more in this one, because I don't start in moles, I start in grams. So 33.2 grams. To get that into moles, I have to use molar mass, and calcium chloride I'll have to look up, so I'll be right back with that. I'm back with my periodic table. I was finding the molar mass of calcium chloride. Well, calcium is 40, and I'm going to round that to 40.1 grams. Chlorine is 35.5. But there's 2 of them, so I'm going to multiply it by 2, and I'll use my calculator to add all this up. 40.1 plus 35.5, and I'll just add another 35.5 on top of that, and I get, whoa, 1111. Cool. Now this is going to get me into moles. From moles, I'm going to get into molecules using the same method as I did in the last problem, 1 mole. Okay, I got cut off during that last one. Let me show you how to do this, going over my work, and this is also how I know that you did it correct. If your work is nice and clean, I don't have the best handwriting, but at least you can tell what my units are and where they came from. So I started with 33.2 grams of calcium chloride. I found out how to get that into moles by using molar mass. The molar mass was 111.1. That takes me into moles. To figure out how many molecules of calcium chloride I have, I'll times it by Avogadro number. And then to figure out, because each molecule has 2 chlorine atoms inside of it, to finally get the answer, I'll times it by 2. And that ends up telling me, when I do all this math, that I've got 3.60 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of chlorine.